to his running back, but he slips as soon as he gets the ball.
The referees are going to say that he was down, that his knee touched about around the 33 of the Mustangs. So that was a huge stop for the Tigers. The Tigers are going to have it about third and fifth. I mean, the Mustangs, it'll be 3rd and 15 from their own. It looks about 33.
Right. Okay, so let's see what they're going to do on this drive. Cook awaits the snap. Seems like he's changing the play. 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Cook drops back. He's looking deep. Oh, he's going deep. And he had a receiver wide open. Number 19. Now on the coverage was Colton Edmonds. And Colton Edmonds was in great position to defend the pass, and he almost had a hand on it, but that was a great throw by Cook.
That was about a 25-yard pass, so give credit to Dusty Cook on the great awareness.
Right. All right, so they line up again, same formation. Cook gets the snap, and he's going to hand it off to running back up the middle, who's hesitating. There's not really much of a hole there, and he's going to get stopped as soon as he gets the ball.
You know, they're doing a good job. The Mustangs are finding out, really picking apart the Tigers here. But the Tigers are doing a good job of containing the Mustang run game.
Right. I mean, that the defensive line is in sync. Now the secondary has to get it in sync and get it together. And they're almost there. I mean, they're in great position. There's just no great throws by the quarterback. So going to keep the same formation. Cook takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 26. He's going to take it up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. So
with 2 minutes left to go in the game, in the first quarter, 2 minutes and 3 seconds, the Mustangs have went up 16-0 on the Tigers.
Wow, and that was like a 35-yard run. Looked like it was number 25. And that looks like it was Donovan Flores.
But it looks like there was a flag on the play. So that touchdown's going to be...
going to come back. Wow.
That's going to be a big play. And
a big break for the Tigers.
A big break for the Tigers, but hey, we'll take breaks when we can get them, can't we?
Yes, that's exactly right.
So there was a holding on the play, so it's now 2nd and 12 from the Tiger 36, it looks like.
Right, so they're going to go to the exact same play, except going to cut into the outside. The running back is going to go up the middle. And this time, after about a 5-yard gain, the running back was brought down, so there's a better defensive performance.
Now it brings up 3rd and about 7 from the Tiger 33.
And looks like the Mustangs, they brought in Flores at running back, and it's kind of a bigger back. So look like they have the power back, and then they have the scat back and Jasper Jones. So they're trying to play a little trickery here. So the defense is just going to have to adjust. Either way, they're going to have to play some tighter defense and wrap up and tackle.
And the Mustangs take a timeout, so we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor, 601 Graphics. And we really appreciate 601 Graphics. They have a lot of different things you can get over there, and it really helps you with your shirts, graphic needs. I'm wearing one tonight, and let's go back to the action where it's 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs. From the Tiger 33. Tigers trailing 10-0.
Right, John. I mean, offensive back on the field. They're going to keep the same formation, it looks like. I mean, they found something that works, so they're going to keep it. And wow, Cook acts like he's going to roll out to the left, and he tosses it to Cook, who goes right up the middle.
But it's going to be short. They didn't really gain a whole lot there. They gained about 2 or 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 4th, and it looks 6.
And that was Flores that he tossed it into. Apologize about that. Yeah, so he rolled out to the left, and I thought it was going to keep the ball, but he decided to toss it to this running back, Flores, who took it up the middle for a minimal gain. So now this time they're kind of keeping the same formation, except this time they're going to 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and they're going to take another timeout.
So that's 2 timeouts that the Mustangs have used in the first quarter. Tigers trailing the Mustangs 10-0 with fourth down, 6 to go on the Mustang 31-yard line, Kinsley.
Right, and it kind of seems like they recently just called the first touchdown, so you kind of have to wonder, like, what's going on that Mustang sideline.
And actually, the Mustangs have used up all their timeouts here in the first quarter.
That's a pretty interesting timeout call right there, but yeah, that's they've used all their timeouts for the first half, and it's only first quarter, so it's something that may come back to haunt them. But they're going to keep on rolling, so are we.
It shows they don't respect the Tiger defense.
So they're going to take the ball. Cook drops back, rolls out to the left. He's going to let it go to his receiver. Receiver throws a stiff on, and he was dragged down by Joey Withers. That was a great tackle by Withers as well.
It was, and that was a good play call, rollout, a curl pass, and, Mustangs have got it 1st and 10 with seconds remaining in the first.
Right. They're going to keep the same formation, just move a receiver to the left. The running back's going to go right up the middle. Looks like there's about a 5-yard gain. And again, they're inching as time winds down in the first quarter. They're moving closer to the goal line.
All right, that was the end of the first quarter. Brought to you by 601 Graphics. We're going into the second quarter, being brought to you by Laurel Home Center. The Tigers are trailing 10-0 with the Mustangs on the 9-yard line of the Tigers, and it's 2nd and 5. Kinsley, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back to you after a quick word from our sponsors.
Hello, everybody. This is Big John reminding you to go out and vote Stacy Sims Barber in November. She's running for Gentry Court Judge, place 4, and she needs our help. So go out and tell everybody to vote Stacy Sims Barber. She says, "Go Tigers" from the class of '91.
And let's come back to the action. 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs from the Tiger 9. Here's Kinsley Keys on the call.
All right, so they switch sides, so the Mustangs are going to take the ball. Cook hands off to the running back, who cuts it up the middle, but then cuts it back out to the left side. And it's another touchdown for the Mustangs.
It was a simple handoff, and the running back went to the middle. He saw it wide open to the side, and he took off and scored. So that makes it 16-0 with 11:54 in the Laurel Home Center second quarter.
And John, and I have to ask, you have to ask yourself, after such play, what really happened? So Mustangs set to kick the field goal. It's up and it's good.
So that makes it 17-0, Kinsley. And there's still a lot of time in this game, but the chances are getting slim to none for our Tigers.
They are really getting slim. And, the Tigers can't let this game get out of hand. I mean, there's like 2 touchdowns, and I mean they have to maintain some sense of control in this ball game. I mean, especially on the defense. I mean, the defense. They have to find a way to stop this offense. So basically, the Mustangs have found out they can beat us on the ground. And the Tiger defense, I mean, they've shown that they can't stop it. So the Mustangs are going to do what works. I mean, it's only logical, but, just hope the defense can, keep this game manageable. And then after halftime, just come back and respond. So right now, the Mustangs are getting set to kick off. Walker Thompson making sure kickoff unit is ready. And it's Jay Jones and Zayla Morris back to return. And the kick is up. It looks like it's going to be Jay Jones. Had the opportunity to field it, but he dropped it, but he regains possession. But as soon as he picks the ball up, he's tackled and brought down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I think the lights may have got him there. And, you know, it was a hard kick, and, you know, it had that spin to it. So when that happens, sometimes when it hits him hard in the chest like that, it's difficult to regain composure. Right.
But you have to give credit to the guys in front. I mean, they did a great job of, you know, blocking for him to make sure that none of the Mustangs get possession of that ball, because that fumble could have been costly.
Anyway, it's 1st and 10 from the Tiger 15 in the second quarter.
So the Tigers are going to come out with 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Hayes to the left of McGee. McGee drops back. He's looking. He's kind of hesitating. Hesitated too much, and he's brought down at the back at the 8-yard line. So he hesitated too much, and I mean to the point where he was sacked.
He really didn't have anywhere to go on that play. You know, it was a play in which he was looking to go deep, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And that's where you just have to learn to gain a sense of independence as a quarterback. I mean, after a few seconds, I mean, if you don't see anything developing, just pull the ball down and just take it yourself. But they're going to come out in the same formation. 2 receivers on each side, and Hayes to the right of McGee. McGee takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Hayes up the middle. Pick up with a minimal gain. They're probably going to get him right back to the original line of scrimmage. And McGee seems like he's trying to get the team to show a little bit of a sense of urgency out there. I mean, like they just don't have it together. So this time they're going to move a receiver to the right. So the 3 receivers on the right, 1 to the left, and Hayes to the right of McGee. McGee takes the snap. He drops back. He's rolling out right, but there was a defender right there. These defenders are all over McGee. He's in the end zone, but he comes out, and wow, he's brought down at like the 2-yard line. So another lacking offensive performance by the Tigers. I mean, the Tigers are going to have to figure something out. I mean, this is probably I hate to say it, but this is probably the worst offensive performance for the Tigers. I mean, on each play, it seems like they just continued to lose yardage. And I mean, on this play, it could have been a safety.
So, yeah, it could have been a safety. I'm not sure what happened. Did the Mustangs recover that ball, or what happened there?
I'm not sure, but it seems like there's definitely an injury on the Mustang sideline. So I'm not sure who's down at this point. But that was a rather interesting play. And I mean, as soon as the snap took place, it seemed like Byron Young was already on McGee. I mean, and McGee was just running for his life, and he went in the end zone, and he just happened to just escape the end zone. So it's like they brought him out at the 2-yard line. So it looks like the injured player is up under his own strength now. Trying to make out who the injured player was. Kind of hard to see, especially with the numbers, so I do apologize about that. So each team is on their own sideline. They're trying to get it together. Coach Braddock's talking to his Tigers and say, "Hey, guys, we got to get this together." I mean, we had plenty of time to get into the game. It's the second quarter. The pregame jitters should be out of your system now. We should be playing better ball than this. And, you know, just by seeing them perform last week, we know that they can play better football than this.
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset thing. I think they need to I think a score will help them, or a stop and a big turnover.
And if you noticed last week in the jungle against the Tartars, you know, the Tigers kind of struggled, but once they got on the board, I mean, they were rolling.
They were, and that was an injured Mustang on the play. And it looked like Byron Young, maybe.
It did. So if that's the case, that would be a tough blow for that Mustang defense. But the Tigers are going to go back on the field and see what they choose to do from this point.
So it's going to be, it looks like 1st and 5 to go for the Mustangs from their own 5-yard line.
Wow, that's another thing that's really going to, you know, help the Mustangs. I mean, they continue to first get in, you know, good field position, and then, I mean, they've shown that they can really score. And, I mean, hey,